And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Welcome, basketball fans. It's Saturday afternoon, and you're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. With Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce on the sideline. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Lauri Markkanen.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting's been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, we've got Matisse Thybulle, Lou Dort out there with King. Then there's Webb, and it's Claxton in at the 5. And for the Jazz, Johnson is out there with Keontae George. Then there's Bailey. Then there's Lou. And it's Sims in at the 5 down low. And Doris, when you look around the league, there are still a handful of players coming along from off-season injuries.
Yeah, and Kev, this is a very tough balance for coaches to have to navigate. You have to protect your guys that have a history of injury, but at the same time, it's eventually go time. We got to win games here.
Bailey with the ball, defended by Thybulle. And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Back to Johnson. Jazz passing it around. Lou passes to Johnson. 5 on the clock. From the high post, King with the block. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Claxton, a screen on George. Here's King. Here's Claxton, and he lays it straight in.
Well, the defense has got to find a way to keep Claxton off the backboards because this is just a mental mistake, letting him get to that board.
Here's Sims. Here's Bailey. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, here is Webb. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Dort, a screen on George. Here's King. Off target from outside. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Pass to Bailey. Now here's Johnson. Outside for George. King with the block. And taken away by Johnson. George passes to Sims. Now Bailey. George looking around. Just 5 to shoot. And George with the stop.
Oh my goodness, Keontae George leaving no doubt on that finish.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Now, here is George. He had 15 points last outing. Bailey passes to Sims. Here's Bailey. To the left side wing. Here's Johnson. Buries it down low.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Outside, Dort. Johnson over to help. Thybulle with the ball. Sims there. Here's King, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And taking a look now at the stats for Johnson, how last month turned out for him. He's averaging 11 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Outside for George. George picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. He'll give it up. And the leaderboard with some point guards who have been getting their hands dirty in the paint lately. Let's take a look at the top rebounding one guards of the last 10 games. Take a look at Slim. No doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
And, well, rebounding isn't something you really think too much about with point guards, but he places a lot of emphasis on doing whatever it takes to contribute, even on the board.
You know, he really has built a reputation as a point guard who can do a lot of the little things you don't usually get from that position. And right at the forefront is his rebounding ability. He can more than hold his own in the paint.
Here's Sims following the score by New Orleans. Outside, George. To the middle. Here's Lou. Pulls it up. The Jazz with another miss.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it showed right there.
Thibault, the pass to King. Pass to Flanders. Trains the three-pointer. Flanders has got 5.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Johnson, a wide open look. The Jazz with another miss.
Boy, felt like he let that possession get personal, trying to answer back with a 3 of his own there.
King outside. Pass to Flanders. That 3 off the mark. The Jazz have gone 3 of 7 from the field since they've gotten underway. Here's Sims. Nice ball movement by Utah. Bailey. And finished off by Bailey.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here he goes. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. You look at the Pelicans, they're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move. And of course, there's the Jazz. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And I think for New Orleans, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Now, here's George. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And stolen by Thibault.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
They set the pick. To the inside. Claxton with the steal. And here is King. Still scoreless. Claxton a screen on George. And Claxton throws it down.
Claxton, an elite finisher at the rim. That is nicely done.
Jazz trail by 3. Out to the right wing. Here's Bailey driving inside. And finished off by Bailey.
Great power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. For New Orleans, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Pass to Webb. The three. The shot will not fall.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Flanders. Takes a three. The offensive rebound. No good on the shot.
Sometimes the game requires you to just keep at it, so he's got to be aggressive.
Here's Bailey. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
King inside. Johnson's there. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. A different look for Utah. Lauri Markkanen comes in for Bailey. And it's Williams in for Johnson. And here are the Pelicans now. They trail by 1. Webb, a screen on Williams. Pass to Webb. 3 on the clock. And again, New Orleans has no up.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
George passes to Sims. And here is Markkanen. His 3-pointers off the mark. King with it. Williams picks him up. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Now Williams, after Lauri Markkanen misses from long range. Pass to Sims, deflects the pass. Now, here is Webb. He's tightly guarded. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Taken away by Williams. Now Markkanen fires for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. King's got his 4th rebound in this one. The floater. Markkanen with the block.
That's the length of Lauri Markkanen making a difference at the defensive end.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Jazz.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
Yeah, something else they've done well, causing havoc on the defensive end. Keep their energy up, not easy to do for 4 quarters.
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, "When someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri." Back to you guys.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Markkanen against King from past the arc. Markkanen can't get it to go. For New Orleans, their last game, a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
They sleepwalked through that entire effort. Way too much talent on the roster for them to let that happen.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now here's King. Nothing on the board. A 3-ball. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws of this. The Jazz making a switch here. And he can't hit the second. And he nails the third. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Jones drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, that's exactly the look you're working toward, right at the rim.
Here's Flanders. He's got 5. Pass to King. Got it off in time, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their match.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Pelicans trail by 4. George is out there with Johnson. Then there's Lou. Then there's Bailey. And it's Sims in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Claxton. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
There's a reason Nick Claxton has led the league in field goal percentage at least once. This guy is able to get easy looks.
Pass to Lou. Vanderbilt with the steal. Here's Coleman. 3-pointer. The rebound by Johnson.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Sims the pass to Bailey. Johnson outside. 4 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Boy, they've managed without him to a degree, which bodes well for them overall.
Inside, here's Sims. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Lou. Vanderbilt defending. George passes to Bailey. Another miss by Utah. The Pelicans trail. Now here's King. He's coming off a 28-point game against Minnesota.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Johnson outside. There's the pick. Trying to end the drought. The shot's good from Sims. Sims has got his first bucket of the night.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Timeout call here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Take a look at Slim. He's at the head of the pack in the West.
And I can't say that anyone is surprised. Always one of the players that everyone loves to watch.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Here's Coleman. He's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota. Now Bailey. Pass to Sims. Johnson outside. 6 on the shot clock. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. King's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Coleman, defended by George. Down low, here's Johnson. Outside, George. We've got 1:48 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Lou. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. New Orleans has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
Pass to Sims. Throws it up high. King with the steal. Claxton a screen on Johnson. King the pass to Claxton. King outside. Johnson over to help. 4 on the clock. Here's Coleman. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Claxton. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
That's not a bad shot, but this isn't really his shot.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Third team foul.
Dort, he's checked in for the Pelicans.
For New Orleans. Number 10, Lucas Dort.
There's 38 seconds left in the second quarter. Johnson outside, fires the three. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 6 assists now in the game. King, the pass to Dort. King against George. Over in the corner, Claxton. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to George. And it's Bailey in the corner. And the Jazz, another three.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And so it's Utah with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with a look at who might be participating in the upcoming three-point contest.
No doubt these guys can shoot the lights out, but I've got an idea. Let me stand right in front of the rim. Let's see how many they make in a row.
Adding obstacles to the course. I like it. And looking back on the first half of our game, it hasn't gone according to plan for the Pelicans.
Even teams that have great shooters have to be selective. They're hucking it up from beyond the arc, hoping for the best. And it reminds me of my free throws, almost mostly bricks.
It's like they went to the O'Neal three-point shooting academy.
Very funny.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It has been a clinic out there by Ace Bailey.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
Here's George. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called punting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
So for New Orleans right now, we've got Jared Vanderbilt. King is up there with Lou Dort. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Tucker in at the 3 spot.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
The shot's good from Sims.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
New Orleans moving it around. Pass to Dort. Great tee that time from Johnson. Utah leading by 6. Bailey with the ball. Here's Sims. Outside, George. 5 on the clock. Now, here's Johnson. Defended by Dort. From 13, Johnson can't hit.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Utah shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Pass to Sims. Outside. George. Here's Lou. Vanderbilt defending. Back to George for 3. Pelicans pull it in. Vanderbilt's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dort passes to King, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And it's encouraging to see Dort drop dimes like that, wanting to round out this part of his game.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. Pass to Bailey. And here's George. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Excellent finish on the inside by Keontae George.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. George, no good on the free throw. Pelicans trail by 6. Here's King, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Pelicans shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the Pelicans making a change here.
This is a guy who'll happily go to the line if that's what the defense wants to give him.
Outside, George. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 9 points.
What a versatile scorer Keontae George is. How about the range?
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. King.
Geez, you can almost feel his desperation. He wants so badly to see the ball go through the net.
George against King. Pass to Sims. Back to George. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Dort passes to King. Now, here is Webb. And he banks in the layup. Webb's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Jazz leading by 5. Here's Johnson. Pass to Sims. Now, Bailey. 14 points for him. Off on the layup.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
And the basket by Webb. And now just a 3-point Jazz lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Bailey. Back to George. Here's the lob to the hoop. It's stolen by Thibault. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. King, the pass to Webb. Lou grabs the board. Lou's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Sims. Pass to Johnson. And once again, off the mark by Utah. George against King. To the inside. It's stolen by Bailey. Johnson dishes to George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
At 6'4", guys, Keontae George brings both length and athleticism to both guard positions, and you love that on the defensive end, he can guard multiple as well.
Pelicans trail by 5. Pass to Flanders. It's Claxton high post. From the baseline. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Shot's good by Flanders.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And the Jazz call time here.
And here's a look at the stats for Slim. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging about 27 points per,
13 assists and 14 rebounds. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Flanders, good on the shots. Now just a 1-point Jazz lead.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
George in the post. He's against King, and the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Markkanen, he's checked in for the Jazz.
Number 23, Lauri Markkanen.
Johnson with it. 7 points in the game. Clock at 6. This one for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Flanders has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's the screen. Back to King for the lead. Sings with the rebound. Utah's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Pass to Johnson. Now Bailey. Back to Johnson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen by Webb. King, the pass to Flanders. Second chance shot. Lou grabs the board. Lou's got rebound number 5 here tonight. High post Johnson. He's against King. Pass to Markkanen. Lets the 3 fly. Buries the long-range jumper. Markkanen's got 8.
The shooting skill of Lauri Markkanen is undeniable. He is locked in on the catch.
Flanders the pass to King. Johnson over to help. Here's Flanders. There's a screen. The 3. No good on that one.
This guy hit a couple of threes in the first half, but since then it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Bailey passes to Sims. Outside, Markkanen. On the wing, Johnson. He has 7. From downtown, Markkanen can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to King. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. King's got 9 points now in just the second half.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Back to Johnson. And Johnson with the stop.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. The Jazz making a switch here. Williams is checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. Vanderbilt's checked in, and taken away by Johnson. To the paint. Here's Williams. Bailey passes to Williams. Banked in off the glass. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Pass to Flanders. Three-pointer. Lou grabs the board. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Utah. Williams kicks to Johnson. Now Bailey. Johnson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Launches it. Pelicans pull it in. Vanderbilt's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Smart passes to King. Now Webb. He's guarded by Markkanen. Takes the 3. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Webb.
I'll tell you, he comes out of the locker room, and all of a sudden, he's a different guy.
Williams against Smart. Markkanen sets the pick for Williams. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Here's Lou. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And here is King. He's got 9. Webb can't hit.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Pass to Bailey. Now Johnson. The Jazz working the ball around now. Bailey passes to Markkanen. Here's Lou. Vanderbilt defending. Here's Lou. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Lou's got his second bucket.
Just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Pelicans have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Shooting from the line.
Both good from the line that time.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Pass to Boston. George against King. Back to Boston. They set the pick. Now here is George. There's the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 14 points for the game.
That's his second make from distance this half after hitting none before that.
And King, here we go.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Jazz out in front. They lead by 3. From Delta Center, back in a moment. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Brandon Boston. Williams is out there with Lowry Markkanen. Then it's George. That's the group right now for Utah.
Nice pass. By Blue Door. You're playing in pick and roll, and your teammate's open, you find them. Nicely done.
Back to George. Goes up on the high post. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Vanderbilt's got 8 rebounds in this game.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
George against King. And a wide open look for Claxton. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. To the middle. Outside for George. No good on the 3.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Here's King. And the shot goes down. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Poke loose. King with the steal. To the left wing. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Back to Claxton. Over George. Another one falls for New Orleans. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Pelicans.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals
and get out in transition.
Those block shot numbers are big as well, guys, sending a clear message. We are not going to be scored on easily.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sims is checked in. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for the Pelicans. 6 to shoot. Here's George. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Gosh, it feels like he's pressing a little bit, and obviously playing from behind doesn't help.
Pass to Dort. Now Claxton. Thibault, the pass to King. Claxton, a screen on George. King's shot is off.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
And here's Markkanen, defended by Dort. There's the pick. Here's George. The Jazz with another miss.
This is what you call trying to shoot your way out of a slump, and I'm not sure that's the best approach right now.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
The Jazz call timeout. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
During that break, the coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. There was a sense of urgency. Coach said, quote, "We are right there, guys. Just stay together and trust one another. Let's take this one. Guys, let's see how that message resonates with the team."
All right, Allie, thank you.
I love it when Markkanen decides to throw it down. Show some fire on that finish.
Here's King. Unable to get that one. Williams with the defensive effort. There's the lob to Markkanen. Stolen by Dort. Here's King. The rebound by the Jazz.
Boy, he'd be the first to tell you that is a shot that we expect him to make.
George. Good defense by Claxton.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap.
And Williams, here we go, lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
There's the triple. Boston grabs the miss. Utah trailing here. Williams passes to Markkanen. King with the steal. Claxton inside, defended by George. King outside. Pass to Claxton. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Dort. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Thibault for 3. And the Pelicans get it back. Kick out to King. A second chance effort. And here now is Thibault. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. That one drops. He ties it up.
Obviously, we've seen Lauri Markkanen make a considerable leap. This guy goes from role player to all-star talent.
Lou, he's checked in for Utah. Bailey comes in for Brandon Boston. Pass to Sims. Now Bailey. The Jazz working the ball around now.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And a moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. At the line Tuesday, they'll take on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Thursday, I'll be matching up with Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks.
And you know, for that Hornets matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Blue, and yes, it's good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
King outside. Dort a screen on George. King the pass to Dort. They grab their own miss. Thibault kicks it to Tucker. Inside, it's deflected. Last break, here come the Jazz. Bailey with the ball. He's against Tucker. Pass to King. Back to Tucker. Over to the wing. King, right side. Rebounded by the Jazz. Bailey's got 5 rebounds tonight. On the wing, Jordan. Here's Sims. The shot from the low post is good. And the Jazz lead by 2.
Second chance points always hurt. There's not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass. You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
George passes to Lou. Front pass the arc. George, no good.
I mean, apparently he still has the green light to shoot threes, but he is in an absolute funk right now.
King, the pass to Thibault. King outside. 5 to shoot. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. King's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, he's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
At the top of the key, Sims. Pass to Bailey. Here's Sims. Now here's George for 3. Rebounded by Tucker.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Timeout called Pelicans. New Orleans making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for
King outside.
number 45, Linwood Flanders.
Paxton a screen on George. Here's King. Rebound, Utah. Sims has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Johnson dishes to George. Bailey sends a screen for George. Pass to Lou. The 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 9 assists now tonight. Here's Claxton. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
Claxton with the rebound.
Boy, this is just what happens on some nights. He's unable to get into any sort of rhythm.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Now Johnson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Oh, in a close game like this, that is the kind of mental lapse you have to avoid.
Pelicans leading by 3. Here's Flanders. Thibault on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Flanders. He's guarded by Johnson. And it's good.
At that range, it is about finishing strong. You can't hesitate.
There's 1:47 left in the 4th quarter. Claxton with the rebound. New Orleans has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Strong move off the glass.
Listen, this guy's a barometer for this team's success offensively. They go as he goes.
Outside, George. 1:15 left in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnson. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. King, left side. That one drops.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
The Jazz call timeout. Here's Bailey, defended by Thibault. No good. And so here is New Orleans. King outside. Dort outside. King inside. Working on George. Oh, softly lays it in.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
King against George. Ah, it's good! And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Substitution on the court.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. And now our player of the game, Slim.
Ain't no ain't no time and this is easy. Talk all this stuff, that's just the theory, and it's closer to the chest.